They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the calendar. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. Ready, go. Go.
Throwing is Williams. Over the middle, complete. It's Hardy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Ready. Set up.
From the gun, here's Williams. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now a 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Josh Jacobs with a touchdown run. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Colts trying to finish that one off and claim victory. The Bears got a solid first half out of their quarterback, the #1 overall pick back in 2024, Caleb Williams. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Saints offense and their running back getting set to go once more. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. It gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He lets it go deep for Olave. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. To the air, Williams can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Moore, the motion man. To throw, it's Williams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 49 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. This is caught by Williams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Kyle Pitts, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 59 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. To throw, Williams. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Nifty footwork at the 45. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Looking to throw is Williams. Escaping the pressure right. Powering his way forward. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Bears on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Williams. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Swift going to try up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Back to throw. Williams. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Butker's kick here is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
7 yards there and a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Olave holds it in. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
38 yards on the play. 1st down, Saints.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Jamison Williams.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So now the Bears down by 1. 2:18 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10.
As the man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just have a big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Back to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Butker's kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Now all the focus shifts over to the Saints, trailing by 2 after the made field goal. A little over 40 seconds to go. They've won 3 in a row, and this will be caught at the 30. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So the focus now shifts to the Bears, trailing by 5, 27 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down.
Throw right side taken in by Adunze. And he's out of bounds, so give him about 9 as that stops the clock. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Play action. Now Williams. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. picked off by Paulson Adebo. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Now a 2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Saints,
they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory.
And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.